And in the U.S., futures for the Nasdaq 100 index gained ground early today, boosted by Apple's earnings-driven jump in pre-market trading. The Dow Jones Industrial Average and S&P 500 looked set for muted moves. However, as traders braced for a Federal Reserve policy statement, as well as ADP's monthly report on private sector employment. Looking at the main benchmarks, the Nasdaq 100 futures rose 0.12%, 6,715.75, trimming sharper gains. Dow Jones Industrial Average futures traded 0.12% higher at 24,100, while S&P 500 futures also gained 0.12% to 2,655. On Tuesday, the Dow finished 0.3% lower, while the S&P 500 advanced by 0.3%, and the tech-laden Nasdaq Composite rose 0.9%. The Dow and S&P are down 2.5% and 0.7% for the year as of Tuesday's close. The Nasdaq Composite has climbed 3.3%. And in Asia, stocks closed with slight losses today, following the mixed session on Wall Street as several markets in the region resumed trading after a holiday. Japan's Nikkei 225 edged down by 0.16%. The broader topics also recorded slight weakness and finished lower by 0.15% as its mining and oil sub-indices led losses for the day. Elsewhere, the Kospi shared 0.39% to close at 2,505.61 points, as most steel makers slipped and automakers declined. Hong Kong's Hang Seng Index edged down by 0.49%, with declines in large cap financials before the market closed. Mainland markets gave up early gains to close little changed, with the Shanghai Composite ending flat at 3,082 points, and the Shenzhen Composite inching lower by 0.07%. Down under, the S&P 500, the S&P ASX 200 backed the downward trend in the region to close 0.58% higher at 6,050 points, with broad-based gains seen in all sectors except telecommunications. Away from the markets and back here on the continent, starting off here in Nigeria, where the Manufacturing Purchasing Managers Index for April 2018 expanded to 56.9, reading for the 13th time in a row. That's according to the central bank. The index grew at a faster rate when compared to the index in the previous month. Of the 15 subsectors surveyed by the CBN, 12 segments reported growth, leaving the cement subsector unchanged, while the non-metallic minerals and primary metal subsectors declined. On the contrary, investment banker FBN Quest reported a sharp decline for the same period, plunging from 59.4 to 51.0. The banker's survey shows that all 5 sub-indices declined in April, with employment slipping into the negative territory and output settling at a neutral reading. In the meantime, South Africa's Absa Purchasing Managers Index rose in April to 50.9 from 46.9 in March, edging back above the 50 mark that separates expansion from contraction. The index shows that optimism around the policy and political changes spurred business activity. The PMI fell sharply in March after a stronger rand currency hurt exports. Absa says the new sales order index has since recovered from a sharp decline recorded in the prior month, coming in at 56.5 in April from 44.5 in March. And business confidence on the Indian Ocean island of Mauritius continued to improve in the first quarter of 2018. The Mauritius Chamber of Commerce and Industry's quarterly confidence index climbed 4.1% to 128.1 points. The first time increases have been sustained for more than 4 quarters since the indicator was launched in 2011. The country's economy grew by an estimated 3.8% in 2017, the same as 2016. The Statistics Office expects the economy to expand by 3.9% this year, driven by the construction sector. With a population of 1.3 million, Mauritius' $14 billion a year economy relies on services like tourism and financial services. And Kenya's biggest telecoms company, Safaricom, is piloting a social messaging app that will link to its mobile money platform. Now, this is an attempt to move the company into the application business. The app will be integrated with the company's popular financial services platform, M-Pesa, to enable its millions of users to communicate beyond sending money to one another, transforming the platform into a type of social network. The concept has similarities with China's top social messaging app, WeChat, where users can perform a variety of tasks from payments to ride-hailing without leaving the platform. And Glencore is taking its former partner, Dan Gertler, to a London court over unpaid royalties at a key Congolese copper mine. The Swiss miner has been granted a temporary injunction against the Israeli billionaire after petitioning the London court to rule against the Congolese judge's decision last week to freeze assets at its Kamuto copper project. Gertler is claiming $2.28 billion in damages and unpaid royalties, which Glencore stopped paying after it was sanctioned by the U.S. in December. Tuesday's injunction prevents Gertler from taking further legal steps against Kamuto until the case is heard on May the 11th. Gertler is also claiming a further $695 million in damages and unpaid royalties from Mutanda. The agreement between Mutanda and Gertler's company is subject to arbitration in Hong Kong, Glencore said last week, adding it will contest the order. When we come back after the break, we'll look at the planned new tax on social media by Uganda. Just stay with us.